Hey everyone, my name is Gandalin, and welcome to another World of Warcraft guide. Today I'll be concluding my BlizzCon 2017 coverage with a look at all the other World of Warcraft announcements that aren't necessarily tied to Battle for Azeroth. Make sure you check out the playlist for the rest of my BlizzCon coverage, and subscribe to my channel. Let's start off with the second biggest WoW announcement from BlizzCon, World of Warcraft Classic. That's right, Blizzard is planning to implement Classic servers for World of Warcraft, also sometimes called Legacy or Vanilla servers. Whatever you want to call them, this will be World of Warcraft from before the Burning Crusade expansion. They are extremely early in development, so there are very few details available, mostly because they just don't know yet. They are actively hiring new people for this project, so it won't take any devs away from Battle for Azeroth. They want it to be a polished, Blizzard-quality experience, and they are looking to the community to help them make many decisions about what it will look like. Classic WoW was very, very different from what we know today. I only remember a little bit since I started playing right before BC, so I'm intrigued to see what they end up deciding. There are lots of different opinions among the community about what WoW Classic should be. Should it be an exact replica of original WoW? Which iteration of vanilla should it be? Should it have some modern quality of life improvements added? Will it be connected to live servers in any way? There are a ton of questions that need to be answered. Finally, we don't have any official time frame on the release of Classic servers, but I would say that it's 2 or more years away given how early in development they are. Coming back to the present, we have an announcement made on the tail end of BlizzCon that Antorus, the Burning Throne, the final raid of Legion, will open on November 28th. Normal and Heroic modes will open first, then Mythic and Raid Finder Wing 1 on December 5th, followed by Raid Finder Wing 2 on December 19th, Raid Finder Wing 3 on January 2nd, and Raid Finder Wing 4 on January 16th. Also, PvP Season 5 will end, and Season 6 will begin on November 28th. Another exciting announcement from the developer Q&A was that they are very close to allowing an increase in the size of the backpack. They plan to award this increase to players that have an authenticator attached to their account, so if you don't have one, go get it as soon as possible. Finally, there are a few features that were announced during panels on Battle for Azeroth that are actually coming to the game in patch 7.3.5. First up is the announcement that the next Timewalking raid would be Ulduar. It will be available during Wrath of the Lich King Timewalking. Next, we have the announcement that they are planning to add a new battleground for PvP. The Seething Shore will work like Arathi Basin, but the capture points will be dynamic, appearing periodically as resources are depleted. The official statement from Blizzard says that a preview will be available in patch 7.3.5, since the battleground helps to set up the story of Battle for Azeroth. Another PvP change that I actually forgot to mention in my expansion overview video is that they intend to revitalize World PvP. They plan on doing this by removing the distinction between PvE and PvP realms, instead making it a personal choice that you toggle on or off in a major city. If you choose to participate in PvP, you'll be placed on a server shard with other PvP-enabled players. If you don't want to, you'll feel like you're on a PvE realm. To offset the time inefficiency of having World PvP enabled, they're planning to offer some kind of bonus without making it so large that you feel obligated to participate in PvP when you don't want to. And finally, there was the announcement that they are bringing the zone level scaling tech from Legion to the rest of the game. This will revamp the leveling process, which will be great for the new allied races. Currently, they plan for starting zones to be levels 1 through 10, classic zones to be levels 10 through 60, BC and Wrath zones to be levels 60 through 80, and Kata and Pandaria zones to be levels 80 through 90. Not only will this allow you to see the whole story of a zone without out-leveling it, but it also lets you choose which expansions you want to level in, or even bounce back and forth between the zones. Items and rewards from quests and dungeons will also scale within the relevant level brackets. So those are the details for the last few announcements I wanted to cover from BlizzCon. Personally, I'm most excited for the leveling improvements, as I plan to level all 6 allied races to get their heritage armor sets. Which of these announcements are you most excited for? Let me know down in the comments. And that's it for this video. If you found this guide helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions or if there's something you want me to cover. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Gandalin1306, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so you can see all my future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.